we do have, I think we can just mail it to you, sir.
Or what is our, what do the panel think about some of these issues? That includes the compulsory licensing. It includes the working statements and related aspects of Indian patent system. A quick introduction about the panel. My left is Dr. Anindya Sarkar. He has 2 PhDs, one in science and law. He was working with Biocon and recently with Infosys and designated as Assistant Vice President, Head of IP Cell. He was named as a 50 living legends who shapes the Indian legal system by the Witness magazine. He's in the board of 5 IP journals and teaches IP in several institutions across the country. Next we have Dr. A.S. Narayan. He's a patent attorney at Unilever, 17 years in the company and last 10 years in the patents. He has done research in chemical energy for the last 15 years. Next we have Dr. Ravi Tumkur. He did his BE in 1989, an MTech and PhD in computer science in 1995. He was working with IBM Research and GE Research and joined Philips in 2002. Presently designated as IP Counsel, and he is responsible for IP creation, value extraction activities for consumer and lifestyle products in Philips. We have Dr. Senthil Kumar. Next, he is a PhD in high voltage engineering, and he has R&D experience of about 15 years with a mix of organizations like GE, IISc, and lately he has joined ABB. For the last 4 years, he heads the IP group of ABB. He's passionate about technology and protection of technology. We have Dr. Manan from Philips. He did his BE in Electronics and Telecommunication from the Government College of Technology, Coimbatore. He has an MTech and PhD from IIT Kharagpur. Joined the Indian Air Force, had a stint from 1977 to 1999. Worked in GE, and last 10.5 years he's with Philips as a group manager for IP analytics, and he heads the India and China groups in that aspect. We have Dr. C.K. Sehgal. He is an MSc and PhD in organic chemistry. Started a career in 1987 with NOSL, and he has worked with Bal Pharma, Honeywell, and Jubilant, and lately in 2008 he joined Arch Pharma Labs, and he's the head of IPR in Arch Pharma Labs. And quick introduction, I'm Don Jaws. I work for Texas Instruments, taking care of the patent activities. Now we have, it's going to be a very, very interesting session, I would believe, and I would like to keep it as informal as possible. We've identified about 6 topics for 6 speakers. Let me start by saying this. This is one story that I like always to tell, and I said this yesterday also in my presentation. When Shah Jahan was building Taj Mahal for his wife, he built that, and one fine morning he woke up and said, I don't want this kind of a monument to be built again. And the only idea that he could think of was cut the hands of those 20,000 people who worked to build that monument. And that sounds like IP protection to me back in those days. They didn't have any other system. The only thing that they could think about is cut the hands off. And I guess the world is coming back to that pretty much with all the patent wars that is going on. And it is more than ever important that we have the right system in place to take care of any kind of changes that is happening in this developing economy as we have in India. With that, let me turn to Dr. Anindya Sarkar with my first question. Anindya, what's your take on the first bold move that the IPO had by issuing the first compulsory licensing? And do you think it's a good move or a bad move? And do you expect any of more compulsory licensing in the future?
Thanks, Don, and good morning, everybody. There's too many questions put together.
I can ask one by one.
Doesn't matter. See, first thing which comes to my mind is that on what basis was this compulsory license granted? This compulsory license stands on two legs. One of those is national interest and need, and the other is non-working of the patent. Okay. Now, this is not only in India. Such provisions are there in the Patent Act of several other countries. In my opinion, the first leg, that is the national interest, is of huge importance and should be considered in issuing such compulsory licenses. But when it comes to the working of the patents, we have debated that in several occasions, in several forums, that see, the entire purpose and philosophy of patent is defensive. Okay? Patent is not an offensive right, it's a defensive right. It's supposed to keep others out. And in that principle, people do not file a single patent for a single product or a process. There are multiple processes. And at any point, it's not possible for any organization, any commercial entity to use all its patent portfolio for the manufacture of a single product. Okay? He is trying, it is a measure to control competition and increases revenue. Unfortunately, see, the patent office still does not consider importation as one of the means of working out the patent. Okay? And by the end of March, every patent granted has to submit a Form 27 saying, giving the details of the working of the patent, and it is such an intense thing that it may even lead, if you don't do that seriously, it may even lead to revocation. I'm in favor of the first part, okay, national need, and I think we need to relook at the working of the patents and make it a little more user friendly. Now the second question is that is it good or bad? It's not good or bad, it's inevitable. Okay, in the society where we live, in the financial conditions, in the economy, it is inevitable. Are we going to have more of this? Sure, we are going to have more of this. More and more of this. And I'm told there are a few more offering in the patent office, which is expected by the end of this financial year to come up. And so what's the catch? What do we look at? We look at if an innovator organization, a firm, doesn't understand the pricing model and the need of the Indian economy, there is going to be more and more compulsory license coming up. Okay, this is more common in pharmaceuticals. And if you don't understand the pricing model, although we have government bodies like MPPA, which controls the price of all medicines in this country, and there are a lot of Indian players who are going to take advantage of this, apply for a compulsory license, and we have good lawyers who will get them those compulsory licenses. Plenty of them in this country. Does it answer most of your questions?
Yes, thank you.